Tune in to the MacMan Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the MacMan Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there.
It's the MacMan Morning Show. It's the MacMan Morning Show. It's the MacMan Morning Show. It's the MacMan Morning Show.
Sitting at home when you're in your car.
It's the MacMan Morning Show.
No matter if you get far.
It's the MacMan Morning Show.
You better tune in quick or you might just miss.
It's the MacMan Morning Show.
The best show this side of the sea.
It's the MacMan Morning Show. 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 It's the MacMan Morning Show.
Sitting at home when you're in your car.
It's the MacMan Morning Show.
No matter if you get far.
It's the MacMan Morning Show.
You better tune in quick or you might just miss.
It's the MacMan Morning Show.
The best show this side of the sea.
It's the MacMan Morning Show. 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 It's the MacMan Morning Show.
Good evening to everyone here. This is the MacMan Evening Show. Yes, you heard the MacMan Morning Show theme, but we are here this evening for a special broadcast this evening. For most of the evening, we're going to take a break in between, right before the polls close. Good evening to everyone here on our channel and our YouTube channel. I know I've come in. I said I was going to come in earlier, but I did not have an opportunity to do so. But I'm grateful to be here right now this evening. I've been hearing some great things that have been coming out of the election. People have been in line. The lines are long, but people are voting. The spirits are up. I've heard nothing, no exit polls at this time, or any other news or events that have come up, and we're just keeping our eyes on it. You're listening also to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial, who carries our coverage also this evening. We're going to be broadcasting in conjunction with WKRA, talking about the election. Hopefully we get some good numbers tonight. We're rooting for our country, that we will do the thing that is right, and that is to have competent leadership in this country. I'd like to say good afternoon, good evening to all of you. It is kind of odd to be here like this, but I'm glad to be here, and being here with all of you, those of you that are listening and paying attention. We just really, we're glad that you are here also. Listen, I said what I said. Our chief correspondent is here also. I was looking for something before I wanted to bring her on. Let me observe this here. I think, let me say good. Can you say good evening to us? I said what I said. It ain't our shift, but Jesus help us.
Right. Jesus, please take the wheel today.
All
Yeah. But
It's
good
been a
evening,
good. It's been.
everybody. Good afternoon, evening, whatever it is. Hello, hello, hello. And we're back.
We're back. I tell you, we had almost over 4 something hours, over 4 hours of broadcasting. And I said what I said. Said she did most of the broadcasting, and I didn't. So, but that's all right though. I still get a little credit for it. But anyway, I'm grateful. We've been up. We started at 8 this morning, and we ended almost. I think what about after 12? Well, after 12, wasn't it? This afternoon.
Yeah, it was 1
I
o'clock.
said what I
We ended
said.
at 1 o'clock, James. It was 1 o'clock when we ended today.
Okay, see, so we were doing our jobs. We were busy. We were making sure that all was well. And I said what I said. While I have to and periodically, folks, I might have to step away. We're going to break right at the 6 o'clock hour, right before there's an important meeting that is going to be going on in Holly Springs, Mississippi, and we're going to break away from the radio station, and then but we'll all come back at 6:30 p.m. We'll come back at 6:30 p.m. right before the polls close here in the Central Time Zone of I think it's 7 o'clock here, and on the East Coast would have been closed for about a half an hour or so. We're going to get our first numbers out of Georgia. Georgia has a system where we're going to get probably 80% of their vote is going to come in first, I think. If I'm not mistaken, I heard an alert that we were. But I said what I said. Tell us what's been going on this afternoon. You may even have some good news or something that you've been uh, shopping on
Yeah.
election day.
Yeah, James, I've been on a prowl. I've been to voting locations, and the vote is strong here in Texas. Earlier, I read that Texas has already launched 9 million votes. And so most of our people have already voted. It appears we had like a couple weeks, I think about 10 days early voting. I'm not quite sure on that, so don't totally quote me. But we did have some early voting, and a lot of people took advantage of that process because here in Texas, we are known for having to wait in line and waiting to cast our vote. I had to wait about 2 or 3 hours when I cast my vote for Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. And so since I went through that process, I always vote early because I just don't want to be in line on election day. But it's a very nice sunny day here today. It's about 75 degrees here in Texas, and so it's a great day to vote. I've checked the numbers in Dallas, and all of their voting polls are pretty busy. They got long, long lines, and so yeah, people are taking advantage of the process, and I'm really happy to see that. And I heard just like you heard, James. I think Cruz is cruising for a bruising this time, hopefully. That's what the polls was right now.
Re- repeat
Cruising.
repeat what you said. You said he's cruising as a cruising and a
No, no,
cruising
no, no,
or
no.
something. You
I
said.
said Ted Cruz is cruising for a bruising. Meaning, he's at this point, he's not getting the votes that he wants. Right now, it's still pretty much tied, and that's highly unusual for Texas because Texas is normally Republican all the way,
Yeah,
and they don't even have to worry about Texas too much. But I think he's going to have an eye opener tonight, and hopefully, I'm correct about
yeah.
that.
Well, I'm real interested in seeing the Texas race. That's one of our key races that we're watching. We're watching especially for Diane Black's uh, and Diane Black race here in Mississippi. The Washington Post has recorded and has said six of the seven races to watch around congressional races to watch around the nation, and Diane's race was one of them. Listen, let me tell you something, folks. And for those of you that are listening, wherever you may be, and I'm not just trying to get people to agree with what I have to say, but I'm saying this anyway. Diane Black came to us straight, and she did. She did. She came and she said, I don't have any money, which she did not. And she took the money that she had and said, James, can you work with it? I said, we're going to work with whatever you put in our hands. We're going to work with it. And thank you to Dr. J, our executive producer, who got together and put that masterpiece of a plan. We're gonna play it. I'm not playing anybody else's. It depends. I can play at will like this because we fulfilled our contracts in the morning on our morning shows we do. And what is this here? Yes, okay. And I do a lot of things. Like I said, the things that I do here are we can do what it's not that we can't do what we want to do, but we have contractual obligations to play certain things. But I'm playing my sponsors again because I'm happy about all of them that supports us. And Diane Black came in and she did support the Magman Morning Show. We supported her, endorsed her, prayed for her, prayed for the people that went out this weekend to just blitz. She just was honest. This is what I have. I'd rather have somebody like Diane Black in Congress than to have somebody like her opponent that I ain't even going to mention. Don't need to. You still got time to vote. It is 4:40 in the afternoon in Central Standard Time. You still can get a chance to vote. If you're listening by WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial, get to your polling places and vote. Please do. Don't let the rain hinder you. Y'all take your time and drive, and we're going to make sure that we do that we must do, because in the long run, folks, I'm going to say it again, in the long run, we're going to be happy that Diane Black was selected as Congresswoman for the 1st Congressional District. I wanted to ask you something. I said what I said. Are you back with us? She'll be back with us in just a second.
I am, James. Back with
Okay.
me now.
Okay, she be doing her investigative work and her sleuthing and, detectives and stuff and all that stuff. She got to check with her sources and all those other things. Nothing wrong with that. That's good. She's good at what she does. And I'm happy that to have her a part of this. I was just saying that my concern is at this point in the game is that they might run out of ballots. People been voting. I said what I said all over this country. People have been, and they've been voting early. Have you heard anything about the early vote?
Yes, and you're absolutely right. They're running out of ballots, and some of the ballots are being incorrect, so they're having a few glitches that they're having to deal with. But everything is going well, and whatever issues are coming up, they're handling them right on the spot. I do have a few things that's
yes,
been
ma'am.
going on in the country.
Okay. Go ahead, and you can make your selection. Go ahead and select them if you like.
Sure. Let me pull one up. Let me pull.
Well, let me give a station ID as you're looking for it. This is the Magman Morning Show. We're on WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. In the evening, the Magman Evening Show. We're here. Yeah, we're the head show. It is the Magman Morning Show, but we had to come late in the evening because the sun went down and the election is still going on. I'm here with my chief correspondent. I said what I said, who is here with us, and she's going to make her presentation and look at a video on the other side. You're listening to the Magman Morning Show.
Okay, guys, stand by.
Just into the newsroom, officials have evacuated 2 polling locations in Fulton County, Georgia, after they received bomb threats. The threats were aimed at 5 locations, but police deemed them not credible. The 2 locations that were only closed for about a half an hour, and now the county is seeking a court order to extend the hours at those polling locations past the deadline today. Let's check in now with Fox 13's John Hopperstad, tracking the polls in Georgia. That's one of the big battleground states that we're watching. What are you seeing there, John?
Absolutely is, Bill. 16 electoral votes up for grabs in Georgia. Donald Trump lost Georgia by the narrowest of margins back in 2020. The very last poll, though, shows a slight advantage for Trump, as you can see here. It's still within the margin of error, however. Fulton County, which includes Atlanta, will likely decide the state, and that's where we're seeing some of those bomb threats to polling places this morning. But it's also where we find Mark Teichner speaking to voters in that area this morning.
Voting underway here in the swing state of Georgia. We have 16 crucial electoral votes. This is kind of our first year at being a full-blown battleground state. You might recall that in 2020, kind of a surprise when the state went for Joe Biden. Well, now we have seen an influx of campaign visits from both sides, as well as an awful lot of campaign advertising on the airwaves. They also tried to encourage both campaigns for folks to come out and cast their ballots as quickly as possible and take advantage of the early voting period. And it went like gangbusters. 4 million votes casted early as a result of that effort. More than 50% of the state's registered voters have already cast their ballots before Election Day. So we decided to ask some of the voters who came out today if they've been excited by the fact that we are finally a battleground state.
I wanted it to be over with because I work in Fayetteville, so the traffic has been horrible for the past couple of weeks because of Trump and Kamala coming. It's just been really bad.
I didn't mind the extra attention as long as they get it right.
Also talked to those folks about why they decided to wait. Some of them said they had trouble getting absentee ballots. Others said that this was just a tradition and they made them feel more like they were part of the election process. Whatever way you look at it, voting will continue here in Georgia until 7 o'clock. We're told that the results should be in by the end of the day. So hopefully we'll know at least where our votes, 16 electoral votes, will be heading. Reporting from Atlanta, I'm Mark Teichner, Fox 13 News.
Let me fill in right quick. You're listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the MacMahon Morning Show in the evening, and we are here. We are live and direct. We'd like to welcome our listeners on WKRA and YouTube. We're here. This is the evening edition of our show, our special coverage of Election Vote 2024, WKRA 92.7 FM and the MacMahon Morning Show, combining our efforts this evening to bring you the latest on the election, the numbers, the action, what's been going on, and we're going forward. I'm here with our chief correspondent. I said what I said. She's here with us as she began her report. We just wanted to welcome in our listeners on WKRA, and we'd like to thank our YouTube listeners also. Now, I said what I said.
Okay, James. Now we actually we have a follow-up video about this. What we just saw, this report. I'm gonna play the follow-up video, and then we'll go ahead and talk about it on the other side for both videos. Okay.
We've heard some threats that were of Russian origin, and so I don't know how to describe if that's viable. We don't think they are, but in the interest of public safety, you always check that out, and we'll just continue to be very responsive when we hear about stuff like that. We identified the source, and it was from Russia.
Can you elaborate on that? What kind of threats?
As he said, it's a bomb threat. Just like we had the DDoS attack on Monday, October 14th, 420,000, pings, denial of service from Russians. So we added that interface that said, I am a human, I'm not a robot. So they're up to no mischief, it seems, and they don't want us to have a smooth, fair, and accurate election, and anything they can get us to fight among ourselves, they can count that as a victory. So that tells you a little bit about the Russians. They're not our friends. Anyone that thinks they are hasn't been reading the newspapers.
Okay. That was a jab. Was that a jab or something?
Oh, that was a hey. You know what that was? They used to. I was in school. They called it a sucker punch, but they called it something else. Still on you. They stole on him. Blam. That he hit the Orange Crusader, didn't he?
Yeah, he hit the nail right on the head. Yes, he
He
did.
hit him. Not he
And
didn't hit the
so
nail. He looked like he hit him upside the head.
with the whole
I'm
hammer,
sorry.
huh?
Uh-huh.
Well, hey, uh, why are they interfering in this, and who inspired them to do all of this? We know exactly who inspired this reaction, and they've always
Yeah.
tried to in our elections, but now they're doing it on a larger scale. It appears. Come on now,
But
bomb
then,
threat.
I mean, okay, but then, okay, you got to, I listened to what the man was saying, Mr. Ratzenberger was saying, and he said people that collude or even friends in so many words, he didn't say it like I'm saying it, but the fool with the Russians ain't got no business being president or nothing else. Didn't you hear what he was saying? He was trying to let the people know we ain't going for. Listen, I believe this. I said what I said, and maybe you can. I'm not asking nobody to agree with me. I'm just simply saying I'm looking at the trends. I'm listening to what people are saying. I'm listening to the actual people that were Republican voters that are saying, not this time. If we got to vote for the Democrats, which is the lady, we got to give her a chance to save this democracy. This man is getting ready to take us down the alley and take us down the roads where they got them rocks down the road. They call it gravel road and everything. They're about to drag us and hang us in the tree. And it's strange fruit, as Billie Holiday says, strange fruits in the tree. So I'm just saying, what are we to do? Are we to sit back and let's go and go back? I don't think so. Listen, I said what I said. I apologize. I didn't mean to step on you. I just was wondering.
Oh, that's
I,
okay, James.
I yeah.
Cause I thought it was a jab to let the people know, hey, y'all make sure y'all do the right thing and do the right vote the
Okay.
right way, because
Okay.
those are not your friends.
Wait 1 second. I wanted to tell Alice, we're going to be coming back and we will be on an extensive version like we were this morning at after the 7 o'clock hour. We're just going to gather all of our correspondents and they're getting their reports ready now. I said what I said, and Raven Archery, myself. I don't know, Brother Lee is out there, and if he comes in, all of our team is going to be available for tonight. So you come on in and at the time that you can, if that's to your benefit, or you sneak away and put your earbuds in. I know you want to listen and see what's going on. So that's because you're a moderator. You got a wrench in your hand. You're gonna put that wrench and whack it upside the head of somebody that wears orange makeup. You're listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the MacMan Morning Show and the evening. We are here with our distinguished panel, me, and I said what I said. We do have WKRA is listening. They will have to break away for a important governmental meeting that's going to be happening in Holly Springs. So we're going to sign off at precisely we're going to go off at about 5:30 and give them enough time to set up and to do the things that they have to do. Raven Archery will be on remote and coming live and direct with us. We're going to be anchoring together this evening as the numbers come in. Our team is ready. They're getting themselves prepared. You had some pictures, didn't you? Well, I ain't want to.
Well, I sent them to you, James. I don't know if you
You
uploaded
did.
them or not.
I did.
Let
I
me ask
hadn't
you
opened
this.
it.
You
Yes,
just
ma'am.
said 5. You just said 5:30. So are we coming back at 5:30 or 6:30? Because you said 6:30 in the beginning. So which
I'm
time
so
is it?
sorry. Forgive me. Let me clarify myself. Y'all know I'm delusional right about now because I usually be asleep. No, not really. But 6:30, we will be back on the air at 6:30, which gives all of our participants that are listening that got things that they have to do. Our full broadcast of returns will start at 6:30. We will be on for an extended period of time. I'm not going to say we're going to be here all night long, like past midnight or so, unless we get a indication early from projections, certified projections. I will not announce the winner on this radio program until we are convinced that we have a actual. I hope it's a landslide to a point. I'm sorry. I hope it's a landslide that she win all the states that she can. There is no doubt that
Right.
she will be president elect. And if that happened, God give us a good rest and everything.
Right.
That man gonna go crazy. He gonna go berserk in Florida. Florida, if you can hear me now, y'all get the folks in the straight jacket people to get over to Mar-a-Lago's and help him because he
Help him
gonna need
out.
some help.
He gonna
No,
need
my
some oxygen.
grandmama say he gonna need some hope. He needs some hope. There's somebody, you know,
Well, James,
does
I
you
hope it's a
that.
landslide too. I hope it's a
I
landslide
do.
too, because the Mac Man got me on a diet today. I've barely yes, the Mac Man have me on a
Oh
very
my
strict
God.
diet
Oh
today.
my
I'll
God.
probably
I
lose
had
5
nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I'll
I
probably
had
lose
nothing to
5
do with it.
pounds because I'm trying to take these breaks, and in between these breaks, I'm still working. You guys are breaking, but James and I are still
Yeah.
working. We're
We
breaking.
hustling.
Yeah,
Oh, we
yeah, we
hustling.
hustling. Every
We
day we
hustling
hustling.
today.
Yeah, we
We that
hustling hard.
today is our day, and
Right.
all of our moderators they hustling because they've been doing triple duty. I am so proud of our moderators that are with us, Alice and Penelope. You just don't know what kind of blessing you have been to us. I sound like I'm dragging. I lost my voice from this morning. I had not done a radio show at that magnitude in about 15 years. I haven't did it. I'm just going to be honest. It's like riding a bike, but ooh, I'm broke in now for real. Now I'm all right now. I think I can roll.
James,
You're listening to
well,
W.
James,
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
haven't talked like this in 10 years. I haven't talked on a constant basis like this in over a decade. So I'm right there with you.
Wow. Yeah, because you know you were in the communication field in another realm, and I know that you talking is your thing. And then my thing is when I hope you all appreciate it. Penelope said something and made a gesture. Um, and I'm not I want to see how y'all I see how they support other folks. I want to see if they support the Mac Man Morning Show. It takes a lot to do what we do. We've been blessed this year so far, and we're going to continue to be with some wonderful people that are not rich. They put their money together to try to put a commercial together to help us to go along. Uh, the people that are at the MacMan Morning Show are not on salary right now. It's hard to do. We're going to make it. I believe God got something for us. But if you want to support us, it's no harm to support us. If you send whatever your donation you like, I'll make sure that we divvy and do what we're supposed to do. I'd like to say good evening to Dr. J if he's listening. I hadn't had a chance to talk with him today, and I know it's been kind of rough because he has some other duties that he's doing, and Ryan and all of our brother Lee and all of them that are around. Hopefully they'll be around for our evening show. We're gonna put the word out so that they can come. It's been an exciting day. Um, we have celebrated but I don't want to count the chickens before they hatch. I want to make sure that we have accurate information and we have accurate numbers for the election while we're doing what we do. I want to take a break. I'm going to do they didn't pay for this, but then sometimes it's just nice to be nice. And I'm going to just do this right quick. We'll be right back. We're on WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial and YouTube, live streaming election coverage of Vote 2024.
Tune in to the MacMan Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the Mac Man Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there. If your locks ain't right, if your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know. Get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
first thing first. You know, back in middle school when they taught us it was 3 branches of the government. We forgot it when we got older. It's the judicial, the legislative, and executive. But all we know is the executive. That's the mayor or the governor and the president. Now none of them 3 people make no laws. They just be checking them. The laws come to their desk and all they do is say no or yes to it. So when the news station tried to tell us that Barack Obama couldn't put us on, we was all salty at Obama when it was the Congress members all along. We gotta focus on the legislative branch. Yeah, they the ones that make the laws. Yeah, they the ones write how much food stamp money you get on the card. But when people that wanted to help us wanted the job, I know they probably lost. Cause we ain't even know their name, we ain't know their face, we ain't know it all. So the Congress or the State House, that's legislative, they make laws. So what we want from the president is what they do. Okay, y'all? See, they election every 2 years, but we don't ever even go to those. The Congress, they can raise minimum wage, but we ain't even really know it though. So you know how back in 08, when we all voted for Obama, we was all supposed to go back in 2010 and vote for the Congress. Cause they the ones make child support laws. They the ones choose if your kids at school get to eat steak or corn dogs. The State House make the court cost. So if the country failed, then you can't say it's them, it's your fault. Cause y'all ain't know to vote for Congress members that was for y'all. And they don't gotta leave after 4 years, and we just let them sit. See, they don't wanna tell you this, they want you to focus on the president.
America, we are not going back. We are not going back. We are not going back.
I don't know about you, but I'm not going back. If you're not going back, vote Diane Black. Again, if you're not going back, vote Diane Black for U.S. Representative, 1st Congressional District of Mississippi, November 5th, 2024. Vote Diane Black.
Paid for by friends of Diane Black.
And we are back on the MacMan Evening Show, subsidiary of the MacMan Morning Show, on WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. We're here on this historic night. This is like historic. It's many events that have happened in my lifetime that I won't forget. I always name this. And, excuse me, I didn't mean to do that. And it goes in this order. When I gave my life over to the Lord Jesus, when I fell in love for the first time, and et cetera, et cetera. And the election of Harold Washington as mayor of the city of Chicago. I mean, this is how I'm feeling tonight about Diane. They didn't have a whole lot of money, but oh boy, they had some momentum behind them. Something was behind them. Yes, God is behind the vice president. And I believe vice president is behind Diane in some kind of way. Somebody heard something somewhere in the wind about this lady running in Fannie Lou Hamer's Mississippi. The same Mississippi she stood for. I wish I said what I said. If you can do a little searching for me, we had some Fannie Lou Hamer stuff. If you can find me a video of Fannie Lou Hamer, we're going to use it for our coverage. I want you to hear how she fought for the Democratic Party, for them just to get seated, to just represent the voters, that the few voters that didn't, the ones that didn't get killed or lynched, or their property wasn't burned or they wasn't destroyed. I'm not hating. I'm just telling the facts for what it is. It took a whole lot for them to get to that convention and to sit up there and just plead the case. I'm sick and tired of that. I'm being sick and tired. If you can find it for me, I said what I said. I don't mean to work you on this night, but you're just so wonderful at the work that you do. God bless you for what you do. But I'm going to say this. Medgar Evers did not stand in his garage porch getting out of a car from a meeting and all of a sudden he's taken out in front of his children. Oh no, we come too far. We farther than Martin Luther King marching across the Edmund Pettus Bridge and trying to for voters' rights. We're more than John Lewis, who the John Lewis voting rights bill hopefully will be passed in the new Congress with a new Speaker of the House, Hakeem Jeffries. Oh yes, I'm just out there because I believe that we're on the brinks of something wonderful. They may not hear they may not understand where we're coming from. And like I said, we've been fighting ever since we first began, not fighting for political rights. It's not the politician that's going to help us. I'm not fighting for any other thing that we shouldn't have. We need economics. I know that. We need education above everything. Every child, every young person in the state of Mississippi should have an opportunity to have a quality education, should have an opportunity to have proper wages, to have an opportunity to own a house and have property. Why can't we have these things and we're still living at the bottom? Why is Mississippi, who they lie and say is poor and dirt poor, it's the people that are being treated dirt poor? And let me tell you something. I'm serving notice on the Democrats and those that are out there that they say they represent us. We're going to see what's going to happen about you representing us. We're going to pull the records. We're going to see what you are made out of, because if this woman can put her life on the line by helping us to stay out of the jam and the predicament that this man wants to put us in, up under Project 2025, so forth and so on, you still got time. In other words, you still got time. Some of you got 1 hour, some got 2 in my area, some got over on the West Coast, have a little bit more time. Go to the polls. Call your relatives. Don't be gossiping. Let's get to the polls. We know you there, Alice. Thank you for being in the bushes. I appreciate you still there. We always know you got your wrench handy. And I'm not preaching and just saying I'm about tired now. But I ain't that tired that I am not ready for big. If nothing else happened, I'm thinking and I'm grateful that we are part of the fight, that we stood up for Mississippi when even the Democrats didn't stand up for their own nominee. We stood up for Mississippi. Okay, yeah, I said it. And if you didn't like it, I'll put my email address down there. You come on the McMahon Morning Show and we'll talk about it. I'm sick of incompetent representation in Mississippi. I don't care what color or party you're from. I'm sick and tired of the games that you all are playing with the citizens of Mississippi. That's why we're voting for Kamala Harris. That's why we need a new Congresswoman Diane Black to go to Congress to fight for the young mothers, to fight for the infants, to fight for the senior citizens, to fight for the rights and our slice of the pie. The House of Representatives represent the money, the purse, to get the roads and the bridges fixed. Nothing's going to change. You're going to see improvement and bring some help to Tate County. Help down there to Batesville. Help down there over in Holly Springs, Mississippi. We should not be living on the bottom, but it's going to take a black woman. It's going to take a black woman to save this, not just because of her color, but because of what she stood for and standing for. Who's going to help us? Who shall we send? She said, send me. Send her. Kamala said, I'll stand up. Joe, you sit down. I'll hold your hands up like they had to hold Moses' hands up during the time of the children of Israel having to cross over the Red Sea. I'm not talking about the Bible class. I'm just simply saying we needed somebody to hold up the president's hands until we get a new leader, and Kamala Harris did it. Talk about her, say what you want to say about her, that she's all of this and that. I'm tired of incompetency. I'm not, all during the campaign, I was nice. All during the campaign, I think I was overly nice. But I got to say this, America, whether you're black, white, whatever the case may be, whatever, I'm talking about real, true Americans that believe in what we believe in, that we are all free, no matter who we are. I'm talking to you. You still got time to cast your vote. If you're sitting on your couch, or if you're just wandering there, or if somebody just sitting on your porch or on your couch or on your chair, eating your groceries and everything, and they were eligible to vote and they didn't vote, don't give them no grocery. Ain't nobody eating no dinner around here that didn't vote. That's what you ought to be saying. Oh, give me 50 cents. You 22 years old and you didn't vote? Well, can I use car? You 22, 19, 18, and you didn't get out here and vote, and you want to ride mama's car, daddy's car? You want my money? You want for us to go to the bank and give you a debit card and give you all these things in luxury, and you didn't get out, young man, young woman, to vote? That's the young folk. Now let me talk about you old folk. I ain't talking about old folk, and old folk meaning the senior citizens is gonna vote, whether it's absentee or in the car. Make them come to the car. They make you come to the car and vote these senior citizens. Put them to work. Put them to work. Them poll workers to work, and the poll workers. Let me talk about the poll workers. I commend everybody that's working the polls today. That's fearless. That said, no matter what that person said, that man that got the dip and the green, I mean, not green, orange makeup on, hollering and scaring and spooking people, that you're not scared of him or his henchmen. I like what the man in Philadelphia said. I think I got that here. I want him to tell y'all what he feel. I think I said what I said was working on something for me. But I want to talk about this district attorney in Philadelphia, and we'll come back on the other side and talk about it. Y'all stand by.
I want people to be reassured that when they get up tomorrow to go vote, if they have not voted already, that everybody in this city is working and has been working for months to make sure that there will be nothing tough about that experience and nothing to fear in that experience. But I also want to be clear, anybody who thinks it's time to play militia, F around and find out. Anybody who thinks it's time to insult, to deride, to mistreat, to threaten people, F around and find out. We do have the cuffs, we do have the jail cells, we do have the Philly juries, and we have the state prisons. So if you're going to try to turn an election into some form of coercion, if you're going to try to bully people, bully votes or voters, you're going to try to erase votes, you're going to try any of that nonsense, we're not playing. F around and find out. We are in a position where we cannot forget the reality of what occurred on January 6th. We cannot forget the reality that there is controversy about elections in the United States. And we cannot forget the reality that it is our job to make sure in a nonpartisan way that every vote is counted. We do not care. I am now wearing my nonpartisan hat. I wear two, but this is my nonpartisan hat. We do not care who gets your vote. We care that you get to vote. That is the most important thing.
Thanks for watching. Stay on.
And we thank NBC News for that clip. I'm with him. Brother Lee said something earlier in our earlier broadcast that we had. The man said the right thing. It don't make any kind of sense. We got to go past some folks with automatic machine guns in Arizona or wherever you are. People got masks on and talking about they intimidating you, got them red hats on, talking about make something great. I won't even mention this country's name under that banner because it's already great. God made it great a long time ago, and we made it even better by contributing to it. I'm not saying this as a colored man. I'm just simply saying America's been blessed and been forgiven and got God's grace. God has given America grace out of all the evil that has happened and all the bad things that have happened at the hands of America. God has been gracious, and he has had shine his light on us, and he knew that somebody in this country was living right and got a connection with God. I'll put it that way. I said what I said. That prosecutor, he wasn't playing. He told him, come on over here to Philadelphia, and I got something for you. What you think about him?
I love him. And I crack up every time I hear that video. I'm just playing this video over and over again today because I like his attitude. And like I said this morning, I think he ought to be the Attorney General of the United States of America. I would love to have him in office, or either Liz Cheney. Either one of them. Yeah, fine. Because I believe everybody that's trying to subvert the election and trying to stop people. You know, everybody that's causing all these problems, like you said, they're gonna help around to find out.
All right. Well, we're gonna break at approximately. We're gonna make it about 5:20. We're gonna break for WKRA special broadcast of the the governmental broadcast that they're going to have. Please stay tuned for that broadcast, which will be coming right after we sign off and the station is set up. They will be broadcasting live this governmental meeting that must be done by Constitution. It's got to be done, election day or no. It will go forward. We got a whole lot in our treasury box here. Our chief correspondent, I said what I said, got a whole treasure trove of stuff. She's even got, ooh, you know something. It's going to be all right. Wait until after this. We're going to get together and we're going to review this. And when we do, the great work of I Said What I Said of the McMahon Morning Show will show and will shine bright. I appreciate what she has done. Listen, I'm going to do this even now. I think I'm going to sign off now. I'm going to sign off now. WKRA, thank you for being with us. This is the McMahon Morning Show edition, the McMahon Morning Show evening edition. We're here. I couldn't get it out of my mouth. Even because I'm tired. No, I'm not. I'm energized. We'll be back here at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. There will be a reminder to let all of our subscribers and our viewers know. We know that one of our moderators won't be with us right away. Hopefully we'll get a chance before the night is over, before we end our broadcast day with the McMahon Morning Show, that we will have somewhere. I hope it's a landslide, but we'll find out. We're going to be, the polls will be closing at top of the hour over in the East Coast, right? I said what I said. It would be. It'll be 6. It'll be 7 over there.
Central Standard Time. We have about an hour and 45 minutes because it's 5:15 here. So
okay,
the polls close at 7 here.
Okay, and we'll come on. We're going to get all of our information with our correspondence people that are going to be contributing on tonight. We just wanted to come on. We thank WKRA for their wonderful opportunity to, I always say wonderful. I like wonderful, but it's a wonderful thing for us to do. We'll be back here at 6:30 p.m. for the numbers. We'll pull all the numbers from the East Coast. We'll pull the numbers from the early voting numbers that we'll be getting. I'm James Mack. I'm the McMahon. I'll be back here at 6:30 on the McMahon Evening.
It's the McMahon Morning Show. 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 Sitting at home or you in your car. It's the McMahon Morning Show. No matter if you get far. It's the McMahon Morning Show. You better tune in quick or you might just miss. It's the McMahon Morning Show. The best show this side of the sea. It's the McMahon Morning Show. It's the McMahon Morning Show. It's the McMahon Morning Show. It's the McMahon